Good morning, it's Tim and Luann. Oh no, it's Luann and Tim. Sorry. Welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim. She gets billing because she's older. Happy Friday, Luann.
Yeah, it was.
It's National Kissing Day.
Is it?
Keep your lips away from me. Okay. There you go. Now you can have your germs back that you gave me 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, wham.
It's also National Fried Chicken Day, so you know you can combine the two and kiss a fried chicken.
Or yes, or kiss somebody eating fried chicken if you're on a diet, because then you won't get the calories. You see how that works?
That's good. Yeah. You just lick up the juice.
Right, on the chicken.
Yeah.
We have some sad news we have to talk about.
Why do you always have to start with sad news?
I know, but it's sad.
It's Friday and it's nice out and the humidity's gone, everything's going well, and you got sad news.
Well, you know what? Everything's going well in your world, but there are some children.
And the soccer team in the cave in Thailand.
And unfortunately, one of the divers, the SEAL divers, has passed away.
Come on.
Yes.
What?
It takes 5 hours to get to the kids. So we're getting more perspective, obviously, of how intense the situation is. The diver ran out of air.
Oh my.
And he's a SEAL, Navy SEAL diver, so he knows what he's doing. So obviously this is very complex. So the kids are also in danger now a little bit more so because initially, of course, the rains are coming.
The monsoon.
Yeah, and it's supposed to last till October. So at one point they were saying, well, you know what, if worse comes to worse, we can leave the kids in there and just keep bringing them food until October. Okay, that's got to be the worst case scenario, I would think. But now the oxygen level in the cave where the boys are is 15% down. So the oxygen's disappearing for them. So they're going to have to take them.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're obviously in dire straits.
But that's what they're preparing for anyway. They were preparing to get, but if a Navy SEAL
can you imagine if the kids hear that? I mean, like, so don't say anything to them, right?
That's terrible.
Isn't that awful? What a horrible situation. And you know what you think, because, I don't know, I've been in a cave. You think, yeah, okay, these kids are in a cave. I get it. It flooded. It's going to not flood after a little while. Then they'll walk out. And no.
And it's
5 hours to get to them.
2.2 kilometers, and some of the openings are so small that the divers have to push their tanks through before they can get through.
Yeah. So say prayers. If you're a prayer, say some prayers.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Except feel bad on a nice Friday.
Well, it is a nice Friday. You can have some fried chicken.
Okay, go kiss the fried chicken.
Go kiss the fried chicken.
Okay.
So what did you do last night?
I relaxed.
You?
I did.
You never relaxed.
No, well, I had a meeting first, and then I relaxed.
Oh, see, there you go. You always have meetings.
I know. I'm trying to get out of those meetings little by little.
You know what I did?
What? I didn't ask, sorry. What did you do last night?
You're so not doing
I never asked you.
You never do. It's always all about you.
You asked me a question, then I talk for 5 minutes, and then we go to break. I never asked you what did you do.
Sounds about right.
What did you do? It was girls' night. I drank wine.
No.
Okay.
We had a pre-birthday dinner for my husband Jim.
It's his birthday today.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Jim.
All the best, my babe. And so we went and had fish and chips at the Canadian because he loves fish and chips. Oh. And we're going to Espanola to a family reunion today. Espanoodle. So he's thrilled. He's going to Espanola for his birthday.
With the 65,000 cousins.
Yes, he's thrilled.
How many cousins?
So anxious. 33.
33 cousins, like on one block.
Yeah.
Because Espanola really is only one block.
No.
No, I know. You have a stoplight.
There's 3 stoplights now.
3 now?
Yes. So there.
It's a bustling community.
Yes, it is. It's growing and growing and growing.
You have your very own Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes.
So you can go there and kiss a chicken today in Espanola.
There you go. See? on my way by. Hopefully it's not one of those rubber chickens. You know the old comedy routines?
Yeah,
those long...
I have one of those.
Do you?
Every comic should.
I wonder who had to pluck those chickens.
They're rubber.
No, really?
You don't pluck a rubber chicken.
I thought they were real, Tim.
Oh, go pluck a rubber chicken. That's a good expression. I gotta say that sometime.
Yeah,
I'm drinking coffee, you talk.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna talk because he's drinking coffee.
Or like
so
a
that'll give me...
act.
No, it didn't even, did it? It didn't even. I was gonna say it'll give me a second, but nope, didn't even. Night before last, I made pesto. My own pesto.
So do you use fresh basil?
Yes, I grew my own fresh basil.
Do you use pine nuts?
I use pine nuts roasted.
Did you grow your own pine nuts?
No, I didn't.
No, neither do I.
No.
And then what else do you use? Garlic?
Garlic. 4 or 5
Lots of
6
garlic.
cloves of garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Parmesan
Cheese.
And
And olive oil.
And tons of olive oil. The good stuff.
Oh, my nose just squeaked. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. Your nose squeaked. Is that part of your comedy routine too? Or he comes with sound effects. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad your nose squeaked for you. It's going to be an awesome morning. Tim's nose squeaked. We're good.
No, hey, I saw myself on Letterkenny.
You did?
This. Come
yeah,
in!
Yeah. We have construction going on in the building.
Of course we do.
Yes, I don't know if they realize that this is a television station and there's a live show on, but apparently they don't.
I don't know what they're doing up there.
No.
There's somebody said it's on above us. It's on the next floor. I said this is the top floor. There's
no next floor.
Up on the
To me,
rooftop.
I think somebody's in the walls trying to get out.
Ooh, that's a scary movie. So you changed the subject about me being. Oh, I changed
No,
the
you
subject. I was
changed
on Letterkenny. They released a new season.
Yes.
And so my partner Keith is the on-set supervisor for wardrobe and continuity, and so he posted a little clip from one of the episodes, and because there's a gay wedding.
Okay.
There's a gay wedding in Letterkenny, and so I went on as an extra in drag, dressed as Joan Rivers.
It's hilarious.
Joan Rivers attended a gay wedding in Letterkenny. And I just saw the last little clip of me waltzing with this man. It was funny because, they just stick you with whoever. And it was this more senior gentleman, from, I guess from the Sudbury area. And he was doing an extra too. And so he got to dance with Joan Rivers at the wedding.
And then it's just random. Like people are dancing. It's a
and then
lovely
suddenly you see
little
this
scene. Then
Joan
all of a
Rivers,
sudden there's
yellow
Joan
chiffon gown.
with her face this big and her hair this big, like this.
And then I sent Keith a message because I just saw it. I sent a message saying, is that the only, after all that, a whole day in drag, is that the only time I made it on the episode? He's like, no, you're in the whole show. You got to watch it, stupid.
Oh, you got to watch the show.
He doesn't watch my show. I don't watch his show. Unless you're watching right now. Keith, are you at home watching?
Hi, Keith.
If you are, then I'll watch Letterkenny. Tit for tat.
Okay, so there. I'll watch Letterkenny, Keith, any old time.
Any old time.
Just 'cause.
Hey, so today on the show.
On the show.
On this show, PUC. The PUC.
Okay.
We're going to see P. P, you see?
P,
no.
you see?
Yes, no. The Public Utilities Commission is represented here today by a couple of guys. I know Jordan and this other guy. What's your name? Mark is here. Britton, Britton. See, I can spell it. I just don't remember it. I did it again, my collar.
Yes,
see?
he's constantly
This
tugging.
earpiece pulls my shirt down and it bugs me. Anyway, we're going to talk about how you can save energy and lower your PUC bills and get even some free stuff.
Free stuff.
Yeah, we love
Yeah,
free.
it's awesome.
And
Absolutely.
then it's Friday, so the Humane Society is here.
Yay.
And I'm still hoping they're going to bring a reptile one day just to really freak you out.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
I know.
Yeah,
So
let's
far
bring
we've
an
had puppies
alligator
and
in.
kittens, and let's
Yeah, let's
bring an alligator in.
Yeah.
Let's ask Jordan Zinn from the PUC. Do you have any alligators in the sewers in Sault Ste where you could bring in?
Jordan's over there going, what?
No, we don't have
What
alligators
are you
in there.
talking about over there?
Oh, Mike's telling us it's 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a long time for us to talk.
That's him saying, shut up now.
We better go.
All right.
So I started. You take over.
Okay, so we're going to be right back after this break on TV Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, and this is Jordan and Mark from the PUC. Hi, guys.
Hi, Tim.
Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
So, Jordan, what is your position with the PUC? What is your title?
My title is the Supervisor of Customer Engagement.
You're engaging me right now, and I'm a customer.
Exactly.
And Mark, your title is?
I am the conservation officer.
Conservation officer. You're the one who's going to teach me how to conserve.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem.
So, when I was emceeing at the Kids Summer Safety Festival, about just 2 weeks ago, I guess, and I got a pair of free sunglasses, and I got a free
Retractable clothesline.
Thank you for speaking for me. Retractable clothesline, and I love free things. You know that. So. Then I found out about all these different programs and stuff that are going on. So let's start with the sunglasses, because that was like a promo for one thing. Is that right?
Yes, if you like free things, you'll like this program.
I would see, ladies and gentlemen, free stuff. Go.
The sunglasses were there to promote the Affordability Fund program.
Okay.
So what that is, it's basically a program geared for middle income. There are a lot of programs out there, the Ontario Electricity Support Program, the LEAP program, they're all geared for low-income families to help them pay for their electricity bill. So this program is basically geared for everybody else.
Okay, so can we just then let's put it on hold, let's
Yeah.
put the sunglasses on hold, and back up to the two that you just mentioned for lower income, because I'd like to hear about those because I don't know about those.
The Ontario Electricity Support Program?
Yeah.
Yes, so that one, Mark, maybe you could jump in.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
so the Ontario Electricity Support Program is to help lower income families deal with the hydro rates. So
Okay.
there's money that comes off your bill every month to help with dealing with the raising costs of hydro.
Okay.
That program is available to everybody with the lower income. There's also programs called the Home Assistance Program,
Okay.
and that is for lower income also. That they come in and it's similar to what we're going to talk about with the sunglasses and the EFT program, but this program is geared again towards the lower income, and they come in and they help with replacing the old appliances, doing the standard with the light bulbs, and helping people essentially with manage their hydro bills, show them how their hydro is being used, and then give them plans to reduce their hydro bills.
So question, is this a program, oh sorry, you were going to speak.
I was just going to say the big difference between the two is the OESP, or the Ontario Electricity Support Program. That program is a credit. It just it goes on your bill and it reduces it.
That's okay.
That's one, and then the difference with the home assistance program, that is where they come in and they give you tips and tools to reduce your consumption. So there is a difference between the two, and that's just the only thing I wanted to highlight.
Okay, so how does somebody, do they call you, do they actually come into the PUC? It's like, let's say I am what is lower income? Is there a cutoff?
It's actually a sliding scale based on the number of people in the home and their income.
And income.
Correct. So if
you have 4 children and your income is blah, then it's going to be a different.
Correct.
So 24, like say $30,000 and 4 kids, $30,000 and 1 child, there's going to be a bit of a difference.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Yep.
So the assessment, you actually go into the home. The PUC would send somebody into their home to do an assessment.
So for the home assistance program, it's actually contracted provincially. So for the entire province, there's one contractor that comes in and does that work.
Okay.
So they do. It's centrally managed. Obviously, with these programs, the government tries to be more cost effective. So it's centrally managed, and they come in and they have a contractor. We work with them. We forward the calls. We talk with the customers about the programs, and then the central system would send somebody out to actually do the assessment and then the install.
I get it. So the first step then would be to contact the PUC and say, I'd like to know if I qualify for one of these programs.
The first step for any issue you're having with hydro is to call the PUC, and then
Okay.
we will point you in the right direction. We've got information on our website. We know all the people you need to talk to. If there's a program, Mark and his team are very good at helping people find ways to save electricity.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. So now let's talk about for the middle income. Yeah.
So the segue, I guess, into that is
Was that smooth segue?
we try.
Good. You guys are good.
So when the provincially we recognize that the fact that yes, we're serving a lot of the lower income families. So then what happens with everybody above that? So the Affordability Fund Trust program was designed to fill that gap, so that everybody that was, middle income or more, to say, what are you helping me with? How are you helping me with the hydro hydro costs?
Because I think I would be considered middle income, but I still struggle financially.
Absolutely, and that's the goal of this program, is that everybody that still struggles with paying their hydro bills, that still have high hydro costs, we come in and we offer a suite of programs, a suite of there's different levels and different things that we could give the customers to help reduce their hydro bills. With that, we also give them pointers and show them where their hydro is being used in the home to help them reduce that the hydro bills.
Right. So, I'm already one of those people who does my laundry after 7 p.m.
Right.
or will turn my dryer on at 5:30 when I wake up in the morning, and it's done drying before the higher rates come in. So I do try to do that. I try to turn light bulbs off as I leave rooms, but my partner is very, very bad at that. So I'm running around constantly turning off lights when there's nobody there. All those kinds of things. But there's more we can do, obviously.
Absolutely. Yes. So a lot of this program is is when we have people come to us and say, I do turn my lights off, I do have LED bulbs, I do, do all these things. We're trying to take that next step to say, okay, so the level 1 kit that everybody would qualify for gives you those light bulbs, the power bars, the timers, and things like that.
You know what, Mark? I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk about the different levels that are available. And great. Okay, so we're going to stay with us. This is very informative and helpful, and it's money-saving tips from the PUC. So it's a beautiful Friday, a good day to put your laundry on the line. And if you need a free retractable clothesline, we know where to get one. We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Stay with us. We're back with Jordan and Mark from the PUC, and we're talking about these energy saving programs and money saving programs that you have in place right now. So the one we're talking about now is called the
Affordability Fund Trust.
Affordability Fund. You guys make these hard names to remember. Let's just call it the affordability stuff. So there's different levels that we can qualify for. Let's go. What's level 1?
Absolutely. So level 1 is simply a kit or a box that gets mailed to the customer. It contains light bulbs, power bar timers,
Power bar timers, that's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's to help customers with just the simple stuff to go around their home and say, okay, let's change some light bulbs out. Let's put some of this stuff on timers so that when we're not using it, it can be shut off. To help customers reduce their hydro bills, to help teach people how to use less hydro with what they're within their homes.
And this just arrives at my door. Boom.
Yes, absolutely.
With stuff in it.
With the level 1 kits, yes, they'll be mailed to your house. So you'll go online, you'll sign up, then once you're approved, it'll show up at your door.
And I get free light bulbs and free things.
Absolutely.
Okay, what's level 2? A little more complicated, but
So-
a little more bigger savings.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the next step, once we go from level 1 to level 2, is somebody will come into your home. PUC will have a contractor come into your home just to talk to you about where you're at with your hydro, how to save hydro, talk about the level 1 kit, and then move to the next is to take a look at your appliances and your thermostat throughout your home.
So I just heard in my ear from Mike, who's on the other side of that wall, that he's qualified for a new Wi-Fi thermostat.
Yes.
Free.
Yeah.
Through this program.
Yes.
Good for you, Mike.
If you think a thermostat is impressive, some of the other things you could qualify for are a fridge, a freezer, a dehumidifier.
Okay, I bought my freezer from my uncle a long time ago, so maybe I could qualify for a new freezer.
But now it's not, they don't just hand out, they're based on age and condition.
Age of the freezer condition. And also, this is also geared to income, is that correct? These
Yes.
qualifications?
So it's not necessarily just the income, it's the income over your hydro bill costs.
Oh, so let's say, if I'm making $120,000 a year and my hydro bills are like $100 a month, chances are I'm not going to get a free freezer.
Correct.
But if it works out that I'm trying to conserve and my hydro bills are a little high considering my income, I might qualify for these things.
Absolutely.
Okay, so free. So you might get an appliance.
So they do. Yes, we do have different types of fridges and freezers that they're looking at replacing, and these are to help with people who say, yes, I do all these things, but what's next?
So you
help
who
with
might
that.
qualify? Like, what about a senior who's got an older appliance, who's only living on a fixed income, and this old fridge of theirs is taking up too much energy. It's not energy efficient, or their old dryer is. You know what I mean? They're not the new kind of...
And that's the thing that we're finding with a lot of people is they do all of the low-hanging fruit stuff, like the light bulbs and that sort of stuff. And then when it comes to stuff like this, those are pretty big investments for people with on a fixed income.
Right.
So this program is a nice tool that helps them.
Is that a level 3 with the appliance?
That's level 2.
That's still level 2? Is there a level 3?
There is a level 3.
Come on, what do you get? You get a whole new house. What happens?
So level 3 is based off of whether you're electric heat or gas heat customers. So first off, gas heat customers would only qualify for insulation.
Okay.
So we look at going in and blowing insulation in the attics of homes to help reduce their. It's mostly obviously for the summertime and to reduce their air conditioning costs.
That's great.
But if you're electric heat home, we go into houses and look at whether we can put in a ducted or a ductless heat pump. So to help reduce you from having to use Well, yeah,
Ductless heat pump. You mean it actually heats and pushes through a duct that you can put into an electrically heated home?
So yes, so there's the two different routes. There's a duct similar to what a forced air system would look like in your house, or there's a ductless would just be a one of the units that go on the wall in your house.
Right.
So there's those two different types, and those help significantly reduce the hydro costs of electric baseboard heat homes. So if we have customers that have high bills in the wintertime because they're electrically heating their homes, these air source heat pumps do help with reducing the costs of that. Of
These
your
are
hydro
phenomenal programs.
bills.
Yes, we are.
We need, so now to get the word out, you're here. Where else are you going to be spreading the word?
Well,
Where will we find you in the community?
You're going to see us in the community in a number of places. We've been at the last couple of home shows. We were at the Kids
Summer Safety Festival, you were there yelling hand and stuff out. That's
Yes.
where I got my free clothes on.
We'll be at Rotary Fest, and
Oh,
we'll
great.
be at Bush Plain Days, and we are looking to get into the Mill Market and set up a table there.
So there you go. While you're out and about in Sault Ste. Marie and all of these fun, great, amazing things we have going on over the course of the summer, watch for the PUC table and register. Now, if you also want to sign up just
You
from
can
your
sign
home,
up right now
Right now.
by going to affordabilityfund.org. It takes a couple minutes.
Again, affordabilityfund.org. Okay.
It takes a couple minutes to sign up, and then someone from the program will call you to verify your information. And then based on the number of people that live in your home, your average PUC bill, and your income, they'll tell you which program you qualify for. And then we'll wait to either get the box mailed out or the assessment to be done.
The assessment to be done.
And the biggest thing we want to stress is that there's no cost to customers.
Totally free to have this all done.
All done.
You just register and you guys take it from there.
Exactly.
And the form that I filled out at Kids Summer Safety Festival, you guys told me that those calls are going out. You're starting into those calls now. You're reaching out to those customers who filled those forms out.
Yes, who have signed up, but I think you're talking about the clothesline.
The clothesline one. Is that a
Yeah.
whole other thing now?
That's a whole other thing.
We got to do that one. Tell me about the clothesline.
The clothesline, it's programmed through the ISO, which is the Independent Electric System Operator. And basically it is a program where we're just trying to encourage people to not use their dryer.
Not use their dryer.
Now I understand that's not the case, that everyone won't be able to do it, but it's something that people can do and it will have an immediate impact on their bill. If you're not using that dryer, that's a savings right
So
there.
everybody can get that clothesline.
Everyone get that clothesline.
Absolutely.
How?
You're
You're gonna be giving them out wherever you are.
Wherever we are, we're going to bring clotheslines with us. You can swing by the PUC office.
Oh.
You fill out a form. You get a clothesline right there.
Right there. And on that form, what are you telling them on that form? What's the information we're giving you on the form?
We're essentially just asking for their name and phone number. We can obviously fill out their account information and a signature, and that's only to prove to the government who we have to report to that we're not making this up and these people who are signing up are real.
Right.
So that's what they do is they sign up with the form, they get the free clothesline. The ISO does tend to call just a couple of people just to say, are you happy with the program? Are you using the clothesline? What else could we do to help? And that's typically what they're calling for, is to talk to customers to see how they're happy with it and get ideas about what to do moving forward also.
Very cool.
Yes.
Guys, you know what? I think this is terrific. No. No, because I know a lot of the time you guys get a bad rap, and I just think that it's great that you're doing all this stuff to try to help us all out, and I think that praise is due. I like to say nice things about people when people do nice things, so congratulations on reaching out to the community to try to help us all out, and I know you guys work hard. Also, you know what else? I gotta tell you, my uncle worked for the PUC, and my grandfather was C.J.
Murphy
Murphy.
Center.
Yeah, that was named after him. He was the commissioner for like 25 years or something. Anyway, all those guys that work out in the dead of cold that are PUC guys, I always thanks guys. We're going to be doing a feature, I think, maybe with ONNtv about dirty jobs and stuff.
It's similar. It'll be a day in the life segment. So what we want to do is show the community what goes on and what goes into the maintaining our distribution, our electricity system, our water system, how the water is treated, how the wastewater is treated. It's something very exciting.
I look for it. I'm glad I'm not the one going down in the sewers. That's Aaron, our cameraman. I think is going to be going down into the dirty, do the dirty work. But thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having
and
us.
Thanks for sharing this information. So watch for these guys, watch for the PUC tables, watch for the information booths set up around town, or just go into the PUC or go online to
affordabilityfund.org.
Yeah, or just call Jordan Zinn. He's there, right? They can call you and you'll tell them.
Yeah, or
call Mark. What's your last name again?
Britton.
Britton. I can't remember, but I can spell it. We're going to go to a break and then come back with news, guys. So everybody stay tuned, and thanks again. Have a great weekend. Okay, stay tuned. More news coming up with Luann on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
A Sault Ste. Marie girl arrested by Israeli forces early yesterday morning, along with Palestinian, British, and American peace and social justice advocates, has been released. Michaela Levis is part of a group who traveled to Palestine with the Land Defense Team and is the daughter of Reverend Karen Rodman, who was a minister here at St. Andrew's United Church. According to Canadians for Peace and Justice in the Middle East, Michaela was arrested by Israeli forces while they were involved in a stand-in at the village of Khan al-Amar. Michaela was part of a larger protest over the Israeli demolition of homes in the Bedouin village in the West Bank. The Bedouin village is set to be demolished at an unknown date after Israel's Supreme Court approved the move in May. Israel agreed to resettle the residents in an area some 12 kilometers away. Israeli officials have said that the structures that make up the encampment were illegally built and pose a threat to residents because of their proximity to a highway. In an exclusive interview, Michaela spoke via Skype with ONNTv's Lynn Brown a short time after being released from Israeli detention. It was about 2:30 this morning.
Khan al-Damar for 15 days.
Okay. No.
Which is okay, but still, to stop people from supporting international law, like, who are you? This is what happened to the Indigenous people in Canada.
The word you used, colonization, earlier is very interesting and very accurate. So, Michaela, can you talk to me about? You said that we were chained together. That you were working with a coalition, I guess, of people together, or a group of people. Can you talk to me about the group of people that you were with today, that were advocating social justice?
Yeah, so I was chained together with many internationals because, of course, Palestinians can't do it because they will be arrested and they will be held in prison for years.
Oh, okay.
So internationals really have to step up and say, this isn't okay. And so there were a couple of groups. There were the Land Defense Team really orchestrated the whole team. So big shout out to Jamal and to Hamid. Like they really orchestrated the whole thing to stand up. And of course, as internationals, as allies of Palestinian people, we are following their command. I am an ally. I am not here to save Palestine. Of course, we knew that they would continue to do the work today, but it wasn't about saving the land. It was about resisting and saying, no, this isn't okay.
The OPP have charged a Massey man with sexual assault of youth. 66-year-old Cecil Naranha was charged yesterday by the Manitoulin Espanola OPP. Naranha is known to the family. Police say the incidents occurred over a period of time and happened more than once. Naranha has been charged with sexual assault on a person under 16 years of age, sexual interference, and uttering threats. Naranha is due in court on September 17th. Following a meeting with Doug Ford yesterday, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau suggested the Ontario Premier doesn't fully understand Canada's refugee system. Ontario is blaming Ottawa for people crossing the border illegally.
This is obviously something fairly important. It didn't seem to me that the Premier was quite as aware of our international obligations to the UN Convention on Refugees.
Also yesterday, the Prime Minister said Ontario residents and not the newly elected PC government will receive the proceeds of a carbon price imposed on the province by the federal government. Trudeau made the comments moments after that meeting with Ontario Premier Doug Ford, who has already begun the process of scrapping the province's cap and trade system in defiance of Ottawa's insistence that all provinces put a price on greenhouse gas emissions. The federal government has said it will backstop any province that doesn't have a system in place and has told provinces they must have submitted details of a carbon pricing plan by September 1st. But Ottawa has for months hinted it could return hundreds of millions in revenues it will raise directly to taxpayers and not to governments that oppose its plan. A Paris court, which was expected to issue a ruling today in the case of Ottawa academic Hassan Diab, has delayed its decision until September 28th. Diab was suspected of being involved in the 1980 bombing of a Paris synagogue that killed 4 people, an accusation he has always denied. France appealed a January decision to release Diab and sent him home to Canada, and 3 French magistrates at an appeals court in Paris were expected to rule on that appeal today. They said the case was pushed back to September because evidence supplied by Greek authorities had yet to be translated and handed to the parties involved in the case for review. The RCMP arrested Diab, a Canadian of Lebanese descent, in November 2008 in response to a request by France. In June 2011, Ontario Superior Court Justice Robert Meringer committed Diab for extradition despite acknowledging the case against him was weak. The following year, then Justice Minister Rob Nicholson signed an extradition order surrendering Diab to France. The Ontario Court of Appeal upheld both decisions, and the Supreme Court of Canada declined to review the matter.
There's a lot of panting and whimpering going on in the studio right now, Luann.
And that's not because I have to work with him either.
No, it's because there's a dog here that we're going to be meeting in a little while. Cindy Ross is here from the Humane Society. So
I was sitting at my desk typing, and Cindy walked in. Well, the dog walked in first, and I was just like, and Cindy goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Lou. I didn't know you were in here." And he touched his nose on my arm, and
did it freak you out?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. So,
yeah, I was brave though.
Good for you.
Totally ignored him.
Such an animal lover.
Just as scared. Hey, we have breaking news on TV.
Okay.
Coming up, we are going to do an interview in just about an hour or so with a person who has just declared that they are going to run for mayor.
For mayor?
For mayor in the upcoming election in October.
You're not going to say who it is, are you?
No, I'm not.
We have
you
to
have
stay
to
tuned?
stay tuned for it.
In an hour?
An hour or so.
They're coming into the studio?
Yes.
Ooh.
This is exclusive. That means nobody else got it.
I know what that means. I am new to news. I don't really do news.
I don't do news. Yeah, so it's kind of exciting.
I wonder who it is. Now I'm all, you
Right?
know and I don't. That's so not fair.
I love it. I'm
I'm going to be sitting and watching out the windows.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Is that him? Is that her? Is that her?
Oh,
Is that
see? Now you did. You was good because you went him and her. Now I don't know.
Exactamundo.
Oh,
You
see,
never
it's a
know. So
pronoun
stick around
thing.
because we have that breaking news coming up.
Okay.
Now, earlier you were giving me a heck because I had to start the show with kind of bad news about the diver who passed
there an
away.
update? Can you-
No, there's actually another story, though, that's on Twitter that is trending that is beautiful. There's this little 4-year-old girl. She's the tiniest, she's just a little tiny little
Little
wiener.
munchkin.
Yes, and she has cerebral palsy.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's 4 years old,
Right.
and there's a video of her taking her first 3 or 4 independent steps. And oh my gosh.
Really?
Seriously. And then she stops, and you can tell the parents are trying not to be too loud to freak her out or anything. And then so she takes a step, and then she looks around, and then she takes another step, and then she goes, "I'm walking!" Oh my gosh, she just about broke my heart.
How?
Sweet.
What is helping her to walk for the first
She
time?
has some braces and physiotherapy and
She
all
got
that stuff.
so her physio and her.
Yeah, and she was talking, her brother, who looked to be about 11, was kind of laying on the floor beside her, and she just kept looking at him and saying, I'm walking! She's just so thrilled. And you think when your kids take their first step, you're just always thrilled, right? But like it's been 4 years for
in
this
the
little
works.
one.
Whoa.
So there's some lovely stories out there on Twitter too, not just, the nasty tweets that we get. And
I think though that the Thailand soccer team, I think everything's. I just have faith that it's going to be okay.
I think so too.
They're going
apparently
to figure it out.
Now the last I heard is they're rummaging through the jungle around the cave
See if there's another way.
to see if there's maybe somewhere that they can get in there and dig them
Wow.
out. Yeah, which would be awesome.
We'll keep watching for good news
Yes,
there too.
absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. And speaking of good news,
There's more
Cindy's
good news?
here.
Oh, yes. Cindy is here with a dog, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And I forget the dog's name, Cindy. Lincoln. It's Lincoln.
He's big. Has
not-
teeth about that big.
I would
His
say
teeth
that
are
he is
that big.
I wouldn't say that's a large dog. I would say that's a medium to large dog.
What?
No, that's not a really big dog.
He's the
Luann.
size of a pony. What do you mean he's this medium dog?
not. Oh, you just-
look at. He's so
he's
cute.
He's lying on his back and rubbing his eyes right now. You know
Cindy
how dogs
is
do
so
that?
awesome with
Here,
these
I'll
animals,
just-
you guys. Oh my goodness.
Why don't we just show the dog? I'm like, the dog is doing this. Adopt the dog.
Because you look goofier than the dog does doing that. That's why we're not showing the dog yet. But we're going to come back and take a look at that.
At what?
At the Humane Society and the little pooch.
Maybe Lincoln is going to run for mayor.
There you go. Breaking news on TV.
Just
Lincoln.
whatever you do, if you become the mayor, don't go to the theater, Lincoln.
Mayor Bud.
Mayor Bud.
Mayor Bud. So we're going to come back with
Yes.
Humane Society.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so stay with us. Mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll be back right after this, and you're going to get to adopt a pet. Everybody, this is Lincoln. Hi, this isn't Lincoln. This is Cindy Ross from the Humane Society, and this is Lincoln. Now, Lincoln is 7 years old, right? About
Yep,
7?
about 7 years old.
And the breed is? He's a mix?
Shepherd, husky, a little bit of collie,
Shepherd, husky.
and a
little
lot
bit
of hair.
And a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shedding like crazy, but it's been so hot lately.
It's been hot.
He's getting rid of his
and
little
he's-
downy hairs and
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
So Lincoln came to you because, as what happens in some people's lives, changes of
Yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah, just changes in family circumstances and work life and moving and relationships and
And this one's a bit of a heartbreak because
Yeah.
the owner really did. Look at you. Oh, Lincoln.
there we go.
The owner really
we go.
was sad to have to say
yeah.
goodbye to Lincoln.
Yeah.
And so we're looking for a new owner because Lincoln right now is kind of confused as to why he's where he is. He doesn't know what happened, right?
No.
He's missing his former family, and he's looking for a new family who doesn't have a cat.
Absolutely no cats.
No
Yeah,
cats for
he,
Lincoln.
No.
Well, that's okay. Not every dog gets along with cats. I know. That's fine. Look, he's very healthy. His teeth are great.
Yeah. He's
Doesn't even have you don't even have bad breath.
no, he doesn't, which is not typical of a 7-year-old dog. So
No, he's
he
very
is.
well taken care of.
He's in good shape.
He's got
He
a
could-
good big.
he could-
You got
yeah.
a good girth there,
He could-
Lincoln.
He could use a little bit of exercise.
He could
but
use a yard.
yeah.
Dog this
Yeah.
size could use a yard and a park nearby. Go to the dog park and play with other dogs. Have you seen him interact with other dogs, Cindy?
I haven't myself,
Okay.
and I'm really not sure about that. I know he's
Okay.
been out for walks with potential adopters, and he doesn't seem to react.
Okay.
But again, it's hard to tell in the shelter setting
Yeah.
what's fact and what's fiction because there's so much stress in their lives that they may be reacting just out of stress, not that it's necessarily a normal behavior for them.
See, that's
So,
what people I think have to remember too is when you're going to the shelter and you're meeting these
they're
dogs.
high stress.
High stress for these animals. Used to living in a home by themselves with a family, and suddenly
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they're surrounded by all these other animals, sounds, smells.
The smells, yeah.
And
They're
then all
huge.
these strange people and
Yep, in and out, in and out. It's confusing for them. But we actually just had an adopter come back in and give us an update on a dog that
Hey, Lincoln.
we had some concerns with.
Hey, Lincoln.
And she said he's doing excellent. Like some of the behaviors he was displaying in the shelter, he isn't. And our fear is always when we see someone come back is that they're like, oh no, they're returning them or something's wrong. And she's, it's so good to hear he's absolutely not coming back. And all these worries we had about them are gone. And
Yeah.
he's doing so well in his new home. So it is hard to tell.
look at how, like, you're the best, guy.
Yeah.
You're a super dog. You didn't do anything wrong.
No.
No.
Just wants to be loved.
Just want to be loved.
Yep.
So now, we're going to take a quick break, Cindy.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about how people can find out more about Lincoln, how they get a hold of you at the Humane Society. And I want to talk about maybe some like this weather conditions and this heat, what we need to be careful of with our pets,
Exactly.
okay?
Yep.
So stay with us. We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim and Cindy Ross from the Humane Society and Lincoln right after this. So we're back with Lincoln and Cindy Ross from the Humane Society. Yes, I said your name. Oh, he was.
Better get up.
What? I went and said your name and made you get up, eh, buddy?
It's okay.
He's panting like crazy. Now, just so people know in the audience, I don't know if you know this, if you don't know this, dogs don't have the same kind of sweat glands that humans have. That's why they pant, because that's their way of sweating, through their tongues. And so that doesn't necessarily mean they're thirsty. It's good to always have fresh water out, fresh, clean water that they can always access. But just because a dog is panting doesn't always mean they're thirsty. And I didn't know this. Our cameraman just taught me this. That one of the things that bless you, we've evolved as humans. We sweat and they have to, so humans can chase animals. Humans can, get that shot, get that shot.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, he's rubbing his eyes. Humans can chase animals down and not die, whereas animals, after a hunt, can just asphyxiate or pass out because they can't breathe like, sweat and breathe like we can. We've evolved. Although I have a feeling that I could never chase you and catch you.
Ooh,
No. How do we adopt him?
You can pop into the shelter and fill out an application, or you can go online and fill out your application and email it to us. Probably best to come in though and visit him.
Come and visit him.
Yes.
And once he comes in and sits at your feet and rubs on his back and rubs his eyes, you're going to say, I'm taking you home with me
exactly.
with a fur buster.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, you don't want to adopt this dog if you have allergies. No.
No. For
But
sure.
he's so gentle and so beautiful.
He is.
Now, the other thing, let's talk about this heat wave we've been having and how that's affecting
Yeah.
animals. Do we have tips for animals in this kind of heat?
Well, I mean, the first and foremost, I mean, I was just saying to Craig out there that I can't believe we still have to keep saying this, is when we're having this heat wave, leave them at home. Do not travel around with them when you're doing your errands and your grocery shopping and that, and leaving them in the vehicle. We all know how hot our vehicles are when we get in them, and it happens that quickly, and people continue to do it. So first and foremost, leave them at home.
Look at, he's saying, yes,
yes.
for crying out loud. Leave them at home for crying out loud.
And as for keeping them cool, we my favorite is the kiddie pool. If you can get a little kiddie pool, pick up a kiddie pool, and if your dog likes it, it is the easiest way to cool them down. Just let them have a little splash in the water. Having chicken broth, beef broth, ice cubes are another really tasty little treat for them. Keeps them cool, gives them something to play with and crunch on.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And also my dogs over that heat wave, I would just put them in the basement for like a couple of hours, let them out and go use the yard, get a little exercise, then put them back down.
And walking them, like if you walk your dogs, do it early morning or late at night.
Or late at night when it's cooler.
When it's trying to cool down a little bit. Yeah, and then that's what we've even been like during this week when people want to come in to walk. We're only allowing them out for a little short walk because it's so hot.
Okay. Well, Cindy, thanks for coming in. As always, it's a pleasure to host you on
thank you.
Fridays. It always brightens my day. And so if you want information on Lincoln or any other pets that are up for adoption, get a hold of Cindy Ross at the Humane Society. Go online, fill out an adoption form, or better yet, go visit an animal and show it some love. We'll be back. Speaking of showing it some love, I'm going to show Luann some love when we come back on Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Oh my God, look at those eyes.
And we're back just in time to say goodbye on Mornings with Luann and Tim. And I told you that dog was a pony, right?
Wasn't that big a dog? No, that was, I would say that's a medium-sized dog.
Really?
Medium to large. That's not as big as they come.
What is a large dog then?
Like an Irish Wolfhound, or like a Saint Bernard, or a Newfoundland.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
large dogs.
So is it just purely height? Because I think of them as big if they're tall.
Well, I think it's purely height, because otherwise, if it's just weight, then I mean,
Yeah.
that's not fair.
Yeah, you can be short and stout.
Don't weight shame your dog.
Do not weight shame the dog.
And don't weight shame your host.
That's right.
Co-host. We have to say goodbye.
Let's say goodbye. Have
See
an
you
awesome
Monday.
day. Thanks for watching.